practiced on personal cases.
Mm.
Some industries are leading the way for sustainable and continuous training throughout the life cycle of the worker or employee. So every year he gets trained how to do things better. Thus he increases his productivity and deserves the salary increase he's going to get. So the salary increase has to be justified. Otherwise, imbalance is liable to happen in the social economic state of the country, of the company.
Since your competitive edge is the training, what has been done or what can be done so that we capitalize on this experience and have Germany train the Egyptian labor force? That maybe one of the potential businesses maybe is indeed to open up the factories that start up, build machineries in Egypt, but maybe also we need them to open up certain schools for training.
Actually, we are doing it already. Only a few months ago, the 9th German school has been opening in Egypt, and we have a long tradition of offering studying opportunities. Then we have our GIZ, the German Agency for International Cooperation. They established the dual system, which in Egypt is known under Mubarak Kohl, like this. Sometimes it doesn't receive the appreciation here because it's just directed at blue collar, and everybody wants to be an engineer, wants to be a doctor, and like this. But I mean, even the doctor needs somebody who can and then you're very happy that you have a blue collar worker. And at the chamber we have a program that we are training people. We trained last year 1,000 Egyptian ladies for the textile sector. This year we're going to train 2,000 Egyptian construction workers together with our partners from Arab contractors. Last year we had as well a training of 1,000 young Egyptians for the tourism sector. So we are sharing this training know-how. But of course we are running against a tsunami of 1 million young Egyptians who are entering every year the labor market. So it can only serve as an example, and we hope that it's picked up and that Egypt would copy that.
Since the German Chamber is initiating this spark of training, what can we do to maybe imitate their training centers so that they set up a prototype, so to speak, or a template of training, and we take it from there? Because as you gentleman was saying, we have a tsunami of graduates, and it's quite difficult to get one entity to train on a large scale.
I remember a unique case, German case, initiated by an economic expert who happened to become Minister for Labor Force and Economy, which was a strange combination. What's the relation between economy ministry and labor force? Then came the question that economy will finance the labor movement to improve the filling of jobs and cut down the number of unemployment. So he initiated special training for those who are enter-jobs and those who come out of the work market, trying to bring them back to the market. And on the other hand, he gave the possibility to decrease the age of retirement on the will of both the labor and the employer. With this, he managed to save about 500,000 vacant jobs and improve the rate of unemployment. So I mean, to create job possibilities, government has to do some financing. The
But
objective...
the training, because we have a serious deficiency. We have to be honest with ourselves. For you to be competitive and to be export-oriented,
Yes.
you have to export products that are up to the quality of international standards. They have to be competitive, quality-wise and price-wise. The price is an easier issue maybe, but the quality. For example, if you buy a vehicle, one of the leading brand names, and I don't want to go into brand names, I'm not advertising for them here, but if you buy a leading brand name, the vehicle has been sort of put together in Egypt. You get the components and assembled in Egypt, and you buy the same brand name, a vehicle that has been imported. Usually the quality of the vehicle that has been assembled is not up to the same quality as the vehicle that has been imported from personal experience.
Objection. Objection.
You can take it that way. It is not an open rule. It depends on the standard.
How can we get the laborer here to reach the same standard of the same worker that is working in Germany, doing the same job?
You will be amazed that automotive industry is not dependent on the skill of the labor. The assembly is done mechanically, conducted by the labor, hitting the objective that nothing could go wrong, dependent on the labor. The torque is being set, that
there are certain finishing touches, because you can assemble a vehicle. I'm talking about the finer touches that reflect the quality.
Maybe this could be...
You're smiling because you're in agreement.
No, I know one
because
point.
you're provoking so nicely.
Exactly. Maybe this has to do with the local content added to the vehicle.
Whatever the reason is, but I'm talking about the final product.
We have 40% of the components not originated from the original factory.
Okay.
Like glasses, battery, cables, whatever. Tires. And this could differ.
The quality, the final quality of the product.
A bit.
How can we reach this stage? This is what I'm saying, because you have a good product and it's just small final touches that ruin the competitiveness.
I wouldn't accept that the whole way, part of it only.
Why, even if it's a 1%, why sacrifice this 1% when the whole issue is in good training?
This has to do with the quality control system applied in the assembly line.
Who is responsible for that?
Both Egyptian part and European part, foreign part. The Germans are very meticulous with the quality control, and they wouldn't touch a second choice product. And they have a long history in testing products on aging effect. Tires have to run so many miles before they are accepted. Suspending components have to test it so many million times before they are accepted. So Germans are very meticulous. I don't know one single German manufacturer who could take quality control easy. It is their reputation, their future, the reliability on the product. It's all dependent on that. And there is no compromise with quality.
Your comment. Or actually, maybe because we have to wrap up, I'd like to get your comment here. You've been in Egypt for quite some time. You've been dealing with the business community. You've been listening to both the Egyptian and the German partner. What message would you be directing from the studio to the Egyptian government right now, which is all the paperwork together. I mean, it's still in the process of getting the agenda on the right track. What advice would you be giving them, especially prior to the economic summit, which will be held on March the 13th?
I would definitely encourage the government to continue exactly what they are doing right now, because they are clearly on the right track. They have a clear concept. They want to open Egypt for foreign investment. We should never forget that, as far as I remember, Egypt only opened really for foreign investment in the end of the 90s. So the history of foreign investment in Egypt is quite short. And now we go the next step, and we are opening really up, and we are inviting the foreigners. Because there was, for a long time as well, this idea, Egypt, Macedonia, we can do everything alone. But now Egypt has understood that there is a world to discover, and there is a worldwide market, and this can be only done with partnership. So I think really the government is on the right by reforming the investment law, opening the market, and inviting as well the foreigners coming in.
Gentlemen, unfortunately our time is up. I'd like to thank you both for your fruitful input. Dr. Herret, I'd like to thank you for your optimistic outlook to Egypt, because from us Egyptians I think it's expected, but coming from you, this is definitely, it has more weight. Thank you for saying potential in us becoming a big industrial giant in Africa, and I hope that Germany will be one of the catalysts in enabling Egypt to become that in the near future.
You can trust on that.
I'd like to thank you both for your input. I'd like to thank you, the viewers. Wish you a very pleasant evening, and we'll see you same time next week. Until then, good night.